Welcome back to A Sharper Life, the podcast that will ignite your passion for personal growth and empower you to live a life of purpose and fulfillment. I'm your host, Nikki Sharp, a two-time best-selling author, wellness expert, and transformation coach, and I'm here each week to guide you on a transformational journey that will help you unlock your full potential. So this week, I wanted to jump on and talk to you about the reasons that are preventing you from reaching your summer body. And when I say summer body, I mean when you feel confident in yourself so that you can wear the things that you want. That might be a bathing suit, that might be a beautiful summer dress, and for my awesome men listeners, that could be anything from just feeling good when you're outside and working out, taking your shirt off and your abs are ripped. So there are specific reasons that are preventing you from seeing your summer body. And we just had Memorial Weekend here in the United States, which Memorial Day, specifically on Monday, it was the 29th. It typically marks the beginning of the summer season. Now, officially summer doesn't start until June 23rd, but I don't know about you, but for me, like summer is here. It is hot in Miami. And I have already started changing the foods that I'm eating, the way that I'm dressing, just purely one, based on the heat, but two, everyone's going to the beach. And I know schools are coming to an end. So with that, summer is in full gear, and I want to give you the tips and help you understand what is in your way from reaching your summer body. So I'm going to be going over 5 different things. These 5 concepts are going to be part of my 5-day masterclass that I am doing on June 12th to June 16th. And I am inviting you to join me to go deep and delicious into learning all about how to literally transform your body, your health, and to radiate with confidence. Now, here's the thing. It's only 5 days, but what you're going to learn there will actually last you a year long. So it's not just about the summer body. It's about learning everything so that you can apply these to your life at any time of year and see immediate results. So the 5 days, we are going to be doing 60-minute live calls. If you can't make them live, that's okay. They will be recorded and live streamed into the private Facebook group, which is very exclusive because I'm going to be there answering all of your questions. I'm going to be doing daily challenges, and we are going to have so much fun where you will literally become so empowered on how to take back control on your health, on your body, your fitness, nutrition. So I invite you to join me. I'm going to put the link in the show notes. If you have any questions about it, don't hesitate to reach out. The price is $199 and you get lifelong access. So I have never done this before where I have done such a low price. And on top of that, giving you lifelong access where you can watch it a few years down the road. And I'm just really excited about this because I get to teach everything that I know and all of the things that not only have worked for me, but have worked with my clients. So join the 5-day Summer Body Masterclass. And during today's episode, I'm going to be sharing some of the concepts that we're going to be going over. So even if you don't join it, you'll still get a ton of value from this podcast. And with that, here are the 5 reasons preventing you from reaching your summer body. Number 1, and this is the most under talked about thing in the wellness industry, and I don't know why. You are not prioritizing your sleep. So here's the thing. When a client comes to me and they want to change their weight, they want to drop weight or they want to transform their confidence, they want to tone up, the very first thing that I do is ask them to tell me about their morning routine and their night routine. Because what happens is that I see people trying to fit in everything in the morning, trying to wake up earlier, to journal, do the lemon water, meditation, all the things. And then by nighttime, there's no set routine. Now, what's going to happen with this is it prevents you from getting the quality sleep that you need for a variety of reasons. One, it might be that you're eating too late, you're eating the wrong foods, or you don't have your bedroom in a way that aids in proper sleep. And so if you're not getting that deep REM sleep where your body is literally rejuvenating, then that is going to have a tremendous impact on your results. So the number one hack on how to see quicker results is focus on your sleep and prioritize that over your nutrition. So I'm going to repeat that. I want you to focus on your sleep more than I want you to focus on your nutrition and your exercise. Because if you're eating all the right foods and you're doing all the right things with exercise, if you're not getting sleep, I can guarantee that your body is already craving sugar. Because what happens is when you're tired, when your body is tired, your body will literally crave sugar because it is the quickest thing digested for energy. Or yeah, I guess I could go into all the science behind it. I won't right now. So this is why we reach for kind of the carb heavy, like the muffins, things like that, because the sugar is extracted and absorbed quicker than anything else, giving you that energy. So you might be having the quote unquote perfect diet, and yet because your sleep is not as good, or you're not getting quality sleep, or you're not getting enough hours, or you're trying to wake up early and add on additional things, that is going to really inhibit the results that you see. So one of the big things that I want you to start thinking about is your morning and your night routine. What do they look like? And like most clients, they come to me and they don't have a night routine. Your night routine needs to include things that work for you, first off, because what works for me might not work for you. And I want you to start thinking about what are the things that you could do to make sure that you're getting that better sleep. So it might be putting your phone on airplane mode. It could be putting your phone in a different room. And another thing to think about is first thing in the morning, if you're waking up to your phone with an alarm, one of those aggressive Apple alarms, since I know most of us have iPhones, that is actually setting your body off into fight or flight literally first thing in the morning, which increases your cortisol. If you have high levels of cortisol in your body, especially for women, it goes in the midsection and you're not going to be able to lose weight. So hacking your morning and your night routine and focusing on sleep. I talk to Dr. Amen in this podcast. We did an episode with Dr. Amen. I will link this in the show notes as well as the next one. Go back and listen to these. They are incredible. So Dr. Amen talked about alcohol and how alcohol is affecting your brain and your sleep. And then also stress, how stress is affecting you. Really, really incredible episode to go even deeper on this. And I also spoke with Dr. Shah, Darshan Shah, and we discussed the health tips that you don't know. And my goodness, I was blown away from that episode as well. So please go have a listen to those, but really think about whatever it is that you're trying to achieve with your quote unquote, and I say this, your summer body, because I really want you to have a year-round body that you love and feel confident in. You need to prioritize your sleep. And that happens by looking at your morning and night routines. So in the 5-day masterclass, we will be talking about hacking these routines to really transform the results that you want. So number 2 for this is you are wearing clothes that are killing your confidence. And here's the thing, I get it. If you don't like your body right now, it is easier to put on a sweater. It's easier to put on a pair of leggings that are comfortable, right? They're comfy, they feel good. But I want you to envision yourself and actually go with me here. Close your eyes for this. Think about the body that you want, your dream body. What does it look like? Some of you, I understand, do like a number on a scale. I personally don't. But if there is a number, what is that number? How do you feel in your body? So for me, when I'm in my greatest vitality, I feel joyful. I'm happy. I'm not inflamed. I have energy. I don't need coffee. I'm sleeping really well. My skin is clear. So for me, my dream body has all of these other aspects to it. But I want you to really think about, what does your dream body look and feel like? Now, ask yourself, are you wearing clothes that you would be wearing if you had your dream body? And the science shows, research has been done over and over and over again, that when we wear clothes that give us confidence, it actually changes the way that we approach situations and challenges. We're able to figure out better solutions when we're well dressed. And the other thing with it, there was such an interesting study done that actually, let's cut that. The other thing with it is that if you're envisioning that dream body, right? What are you wearing? Literally, what is the outfit? What type of clothes are you wearing? I know for myself, when I am feeling amazing in my body, I like to show it off. I wear, lots of bikinis, swimsuits. I love wearing dresses. I love showing off certain parts of my body, like my arms or my legs. When I have been in moments where I'm not as confident about my body, I am wearing things that hide it. So the number two thing that is preventing you from reaching your summer body and seeing the results that you want is that you are dressing for the self that you're in now, not the forward version of yourself. So I'm going to be teaching you in the masterclass the quickest way to achieve confidence that will dramatically change the results that you have. So I just want you to think about your clothes right now, your wardrobe. When you go into your wardrobe or you look in the clothes, what you have, do they make you feel good or do they make you feel bad about yourself because you can't fit into them? So if you're wearing clothes right now that's hiding your body and you have a closet full of clothes that make you feel bad about yourself, you are already creating sabotage in your life. And when you don't like yourself and your body, what do? Are you more likely to go for a run because you love yourself and you want to feel good? Or are you more likely to go binge because why not? I already feel bad. So just have a think about that. And we're going to be going into that a lot more. But the quickest way to change how you interact with food, with exercise, how you feel about yourself is by changing the clothes that you're wearing right now. Number 3 is that you have foods in your pantry that are causing you to binge. And maybe you don't per se binge, but they are causing you to eat things that you maybe wouldn't if you were in your total radiance and confidence. So during the 5-day masterclass, we are going to be doing a full pantry makeover and going over this in detail. What happens with clients, they come to me, they want to lose weight, as I've said, or they want to feel better, or they don't like how they look. And I always ask, let's go see what's in your pantry. Because I have one client, she was telling me the other day, she had a rough week and she reached for her children's snacks of like a fruit roll-ups or whatever. And she was like, I had 15 of them in a given day. And one, if you feel guilty about having that, your kid probably shouldn't be eating it. So there's little hacks to switch out food so they still taste as good. But 2, if you have ice cream in your pantry and you've had a bad day, well, more than likely you're going to go reach for that, or you're going to reach for that bottle of wine. So I always tell clients, don't have trigger foods in your pantry or your fridge. Because if you're forced to go out, right, get in your car, go to a store to buy the thing you want, it will dramatically reduce both the volume of what you eat and the things that you eat. So you become more mindful the moment that you have to walk into the store, purchase it, because now all of a sudden I'm not going to go put, those 10 different items that I'm going to binge on versus they're probably in your house right now. So have a think about your pantry right now. Are there specific items that are there that when you're stressed or you've had a bad day or something goes wrong or you get triggered or you're just overwhelmed or tired that you just immediately go reach for? And if so, there are going to be ways that you can still eat the same foods, only going to be a healthier version. So it's not going to have all the chemicals and the processed just nature of it, that in itself is a whole nother topic that we're going to be discussing. But really think about the foods that you have in your pantry right now and what are the emotions that set you off or the feelings that set you off to go eat them. So I know I'm more likely to go have a glass of wine or a few of them if I've had a really stressful day, right? If I'm tired. So not having wine in the house sometimes is a really good thing for me because now I have to go buy it, Or I go to we have this beautiful little Italian place that I'll go and sit down and have a glass of wine instead. And now I'm outside. Now I'm in community. And that's going to also change the way that you're eating, because what you eat in private, you wear in public. What you eat in private, you wear in public. So if you're eating things and then you're going out into the world and you don't like yourself, have a think about what are the foods that you're eating in private, i.e., those things in your pantry. Number 4 is inconsistent workouts. So often clients come to me and they ask, should I be doing cardio? And I've been doing 60 minutes a day and I'm not seeing results, or sometimes even 2 hours a day, or I'm doing, morning and night workouts, the 2-a-days. And I used to do 2-a-day workouts. And the problem with that is it actually increases cortisol, the stress hormone. And I already talked about it, that it's going to have the very opposite results than you want. Doing more exercise does not equal more results. Instead, I want you to be consistent. So for me in my life, and why I see such good results and I've maintained a year-round body that I love, is because I do 20 minutes, maximum 30 minutes of working out about 5 times a week. Right? So I'm no longer doing these hour-long workouts, and I'm doing shorter runs. And because of this, I've decreased the stress in my body. So I'm no longer in a fight or flight state, which is the sympathetic nervous system. I'm in the parasympathetic. So I'm in rest and digest, meaning my body actually will see results better from less workouts. But here's going to be the thing. If you're not consistent with your workouts, that's going to be a really problematic thing, because let's say you're doing 2-a-day workouts. It's suddenly summer and you're like, that's it for 2 weeks. I'm going to go, balls to the wall and really focus on this. I'm going to do my cardio in the morning, my weights or whatever in the night. But what happens after 2 weeks? You're going to burn yourself out and go back to a inconsistent workout. So what I'd like you to do right now, and even on a piece of paper, write down what are the current workouts that you're doing. So what's the duration? How long? What type? Are you doing cardio? What type of cardio are you doing? Are you running outside or running on a treadmill? Are you doing weights? Are you doing yoga? Are you doing Pilates? Or maybe you're doing nothing at all, or you're doing, one workout a day. But what's the duration? What's the type? And how do you feel about yourself afterwards? Do you feel really good when you do it? Or are you pushing yourself so much that either you're really sore for the next few days, which is then going to make you be inconsistent? Or are you doing, one workout and then you skip a whole week or 2 weeks even, or maybe it's been months, right? So consistency is going to be your biggest friend when it comes to your workouts. And ironically, and this is not talked about in the wellness industry, which really frustrates me, that doing less can equal more. Doing less workouts can equal more results. And that is, as I said, because you're dropping your body into the parasympathetic rest and digest, which means that your body is actually able to rejuvenate more and it can build muscle. Now, for guys, it's going to be a little bit different, where yes, you do need to really focus on lifting weights and increasing the actual weight of it. But on top of that, one thing for guys that many don't realize, doing lower weights but higher rep is actually going to give you better results. And so it's kind of switching it up, not just trying to go heavy, every single time, but being consistent with whatever workout it is and also switching it up. So if you're doing cardio every day, you need to add in some yoga from stretching your body, lengthening the muscles. You're also going to need to do some weightlifting, because that's what tones your body, and it's going to give you that perky booty that as women we all want. And for men, it's really starting to change it up from just doing higher weights, lower reps, to higher reps, lower weight. So number 5 for this, the reasons that you are not seeing results, is cravings and emotional eating. So we all get cravings time to time. But the difference is, for people that are really in tune with their body and have that year-round confidence of the body that they want, is that they are aware of the cravings they have and why. Now, I'm going to give you an example for myself. Whenever I get a craving now, I check in. So I slow down before I just immediately, go to the pantry and get the food that I want. I really check in. So I'm slowing down and I'm finding presence. And when you have a craving or you're emotional eating or you're binging, what happens is we lose presence and we go into the future, right? Thinking about all the things that I want, all the things I can't have. And so the moment that we're losing presence, we're no longer in consciousness. And that's where a lot of these sabotaging behaviors happen. So with cravings, whenever I start to think like, oh, I really want that thing. Think about, why is that? Is it that I haven't allowed myself to have it? And I don't personally live by this, so I allow myself to have anything I want. But is it that maybe I haven't had it in a while? Right. So like whenever I go to New York, I go have a burger at my favorite hotel, and I don't have those all the time because I don't go to New York all the time. So that's checking in with the craving and be like, oh, I'm so excited to have it. But also checking in to see, am I emotionally hungry? Meaning that your hunger just came on rapidly. It's like ravenous. But the little switch that you can ask yourself is, what is a food that you would only eat if you're hungry? So for me, apples, I don't really love apples unless I'm really hungry. And then I will eat an apple if you give it to me. Now, on the other hand, hummus is my favorite thing ever. And when I've had a rough day or I'm tired or whatever it might be, if there is hummus in the fridge, I am guaranteed to go to town on that hummus. But here's the thing. I ask myself, okay, Nikki, would you eat an apple right now? And this is a way to check in to see, are you actually emotionally hungry, i.e., it's related to an emotion or a feeling in the body, right? Like stress or overwhelm, or are you actually hungry? Because hunger scale, you can literally track it like 1 to 10. 1, not hungry at all. Just 8, not hungry. 10, ravenous. I'm about to eat anything and everything. So you never want to let yourself get to a 10. You always want to eat about an 8, but you also need to allow your body to get there to that 8, because this is just how our digestion works. I disagree with eating 5 meals a day all the time. I'm saying all the time. On my detox, you do this, but I also tell people, if you're not hungry, don't eat. Your body will literally tell you when it's time. Now, I realize for some people, they do need snacks just to keep it so that they're not getting ravenous to that 10 out of 10. But that's the importance of checking in. As I said, that presence with yourself. So when you have that craving for something, ask yourself, would I eat that food that I don't really love? And if the answer is no, you have an emotional craving and you are not going to feel satisfied after eating the food. Quite the opposite. You're probably going to feel pretty bad about yourself. On the other hand, when I ask myself that, do I want hummus or would I eat an apple? And if the answer is an apple, I'm like, yeah, I would eat an apple. I'm like, okay, Nikki, you are actually hungry. So don't eat the hummus. Go have a meal. Go have something that's going to fill you and nourish you. Now, is that to say I never eat my hummus or I never have burgers and I never have cravings? No, I definitely do. It's just checking in with that presence to see, where am I on the emotional scale? Where am I on the actual hunger scale? Because the emotional scale, we think that we're hungry. But again, it comes on rapidly. And the cool thing is, if you don't actually give into it and you go do something else, you go for a walk, you call a friend, the craving or the hunger, on if it's an emotional hunger, will actually disappear. So we will be talking about all of these in depth in the 5-day masterclass. And I hope that this gave you just a little bit of information for you to check in with your own life, because this podcast, I interview incredible people. I come on here weekly. I give you a lot of information and a lot of tips, but it's, what are you doing with that information? If you're just taking it in and then not changing anything in your life, well, then your body's not going to change or your relationship isn't going to change. But if you take the information I gave you, such as today, and you really started looking into your morning routine and your sleep, and you started to look at your closet and embodying and wearing clothes for that future version of yourself, and all of the things that I talked about, I can guarantee you will already start to see results. And if you want to see dramatic results in 5 days, because I'm teaching you literally everything I know about these 5 topics, then I do encourage you to join the masterclass. I would love to have you there. And you also have an option to do a one-on-one session with me so we can go really deep into your own life, what is preventing you from seeing those results. And if you have any questions, please let me know. But I do hope that you enjoyed this episode. Please share it with anyone that you think it would be helpful, because I do believe that, some of the things like the health and the wellness industry, there is so much information that it almost becomes overwhelming on where to start. So these 5 things, I'm telling you, this is where you start to see and get the results for that summer body, but honestly, to keep that body year round, because that's the goal. And if you enjoyed the podcast and you've been listening for a while, please don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. They really help me understand what you like, what you vibe with, and they also help people find the show. And until next week, here's to a sharper life.